Welcome to the Bell Vista Glassworks technique for cutting off the tops of dropout vases. It's always preferable to start with good quality tools and equipment like the Covington glass lathe. But lacking that, I've jury-rigged a relatively cheap system that works fine for me. This system starts with a Lazy Susan made from a scrap of foam padded laminate flooring to which ball bearing hardware has been attached. Next is an old baking pan filled with foam packing material. The foam will hold your piece to the right height and the pan will catch the water used during the cutting. You can even use a different shaped pan to fit your needs. I use a Dremel drill press stand which holds the drill and blade at a constant height. Because I'm using the drill press backwards, I have a counterweight on the base of the stand. Keep in mind that the stand sleeve may prevent the blade from reaching the glass, so use an adequately sized blade. Sometimes even your biggest blade won't reach, but I'll get to that later. You'll need a supply of water to cool the glass and blade as you cut. You can use a squirt bottle or a bucket of water with an aquarium pump set on slow drip. Finally, don't forget the proper personal protective equipment, goggles at the very least. In the following video, I'll be cutting the irregular top rim off of this vase. And here we go. As the blade cuts, I turn the vase manually using the Lazy Susan and adjust the piece carefully as needed to keep the blade running smooth. In a really good system, the piece would be centered so that little or no adjustments would be needed. This is not a really good system, but it works. The thicker the glass, the longer it takes, so you need patience. And don't forget the water if you're adding manually. Once most of the glass has been cut through, you may want to stop cutting, turn the piece over, and tap very lightly with a hammer. This will complete the cut and your piece will be ready for cold working. Remember this one? I couldn't use the stand because the sleeve holding the Dremel tool was in the way. So I marked where I wanted the cut and proceeded by manually holding the Dremel tool. This works okay for small, thin-walled pieces, but it could get tedious for thicker, walled pieces. As the glass starts to breach, the blade may start to catch and kick back a bit, so be very careful. This may be a good time to stop the Dremel tool and use a hammer. And another piece is ready for cold working. For this next piece, I wanted the cut in the vertical direction, and again the drill press stand sleeve was in the way, so I had to hold the Dremel tool manually. But the principles are the same, and with patience, the top comes off. Thanks for watching.